I believe it was yesterday, the U.S. Committee on Homeland Security launched an investigation into Secretary Mayorkas about funding, misappropriation of funding. I'm curious, I guess, what your agency's response is to that.
Well, I would just say the Disaster Relief Fund is what we use to support all communities that are impacted by disasters. And I have been very transparent about the balance of our Disaster Relief Fund. We went into what we call immediate needs funding in August earlier this year. Once we had the CR passed and had the ability to spend against that, then we were able to pay those obligations that we paused while still continuing to respond to this. But we're spending money to help support these communities, and I may have to go into immediate needs funding again before the CR ends or before a supplemental to make sure that I can always support life-saving activities. And our money that's in the Disaster Relief Fund does not go anywhere else. It is just for this, and it has not been diverted to any other activities that you may have heard about.
And I want to get this right too, so give me half a second.
Yep.
And then you're free to go.
Okay.
The governor, who's going to be here in half a second,
Yep.
tweeted in response to the former president, who's here today, that, here we go, former President Trump said that the office of the governor were blocking people and money from coming into North Carolina to help people in desperate need. Have you noticed that from the governor's team? Are they blocking resources from entering the state?
Not even. I was talking to the governor before Helene even made landfall in Florida about what his concerns were. We pre-positioned resources here at his request to make sure that they could go out and support these communities. I've personally been with the governor side by side, going to communities the most impacted to make sure that they have everything they need. There couldn't be anything farther from the truth.
Can you speak to the danger of comments like that from a person in such power as the former president, especially when we saw what happened in Rutherford County last week?
Yeah, you know, the interesting thing about Rutherford County too is I was just there. I was in Chimney Rock and Lake Lure on Friday, and what their leadership told me is that's not who we are. Those comments that were made about Rutherford County are not our people. Our people care deeply about each other. They're grateful for the help. They need us in the community, and we have been with them since day one, and they're very grateful. And so it's comments like this that are not just demoralizing to our staff, but they're creating a bad image for the communities that have been hit so hard when the leadership there says that's not who we are. And so we should really focus our conversations on the people that have been hurt and making sure that we're doing everything we can to meet their needs.